Hi guys, and welcome back to the movie Chums. In this review we're going to be talking about Resident Evil, the final chapter. Give us an introduction to this film, Tommy.
So, Resident Evil, the final chapter, is the final instalment of the Resident Evil franchise. It consists of Alice, the main girl character, goes back to Raccoon City, is where it all started in the first film, and she has to finally stop Umbrella from their final plan.
Yes. Okay, nice introduction. Let's move on to the ratings for this film. How is this film performing on IMDb?
So on IMDb it has a user rating of 6.2, which is just probably below average, whereas the critic rating is 49, which is below half of what so it's not that
good.
Great at all.
It's the same sort of story on Rotten Tomatoes. 64% for the user score. So for the public, 64% score there, and for the critics it's 44%, so even lower than IMDb. So interesting.
So our next chapter is going to be on who on earth is in the film. So
this film stars. I should first start by saying I have no clue about Resident Evil. This is the first Resident Evil thing I've seen. I never played the games, I never watched the movies, so I'm not very good with it. Alice is the actor
played by Mila Jovovich.
And the director, Tommy,
is Paul W.S. Anderson, something like that.
Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson, that rings a bell, for sure. And interesting fact about those two, Tommy?
They are married and
there you go.
A child.
So that's a bit of a relationship that's going on. They're working together on this film, and they work together on the rest of the Resident Evil.
Yeah, so Paul W.S. Anderson has directed all 5 of the, I believe so anyway, all 5 of the Resident Evil films. Obviously starting off in 2002 when they brought out the first Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been at it for quite a while.
And what do you think, does that relationship work? You've loved the Resident Evil.
So well, I've been a big fan of Resident Evil for a long time now. I've enjoyed the games.
So have you noticed anything like the relationship between the director and the main actor, husband and wife? Do you think that's a different relationship to any other films, or?
It definitely gives her a lot of screen time.
Right.
That's for sure, but that's just
because
she's the main character. So.
Okay, so nothing new, nothing too different to any of the other films.
This film also brings back one of the from Resident Evil Apocalypse, Ian Glenn, I think his name is. He was from Game of Thrones.
Right.
It brings him back into it. He hasn't been in it in the other 2 previous ones, so very interesting.
So that is Who on Earth, and our next segment is going to be called Where on Earth. So where was this film filmed? Where was this movie made? And what significance does that kind of have to the story?
So this film was filmed majority in Cape Town in South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that being Raccoon City is where the film is mostly set. I didn't know that the first one was filmed, or the second one as well, was in Cape Town. So could be a new location, I don't know.
Right. But in regards to the actual set and the environment of Cape Town, and in regards to the story of the final chapter, it seemed to work as a nice location. It was easy to make it look derelict and beaten up, and I guess a lot of it was just a set, because the film starts off in Washington DC. I presume, I haven't actually checked, I don't know if that was actually filmed in Washington DC.
I don't know if
I reckon it wasn't.
If it was all CGI, but yeah, it obviously had the Washington layout, had the monument.
Yeah, okay. Next, choose your chum. Who should you go and see this film with?
So for me, this film is something to see with your friends, the boys.
Yeah, definitely.
The one, if you like, really into your gaming, you know the Resident Evil films. Your the little crew you play Xbox or PlayStation with, the type of people we should go see this film with.
For me, you need to see this film with somebody who knows Resident Evil, or who is excited to see Resident Evil. Me, I wasn't excited at all, and I had no clue about the universe or anything about it, so to go with somebody like Tommy helped me massively. So if you don't know much about Resident Evil, I wouldn't recommend going to see it normally, to be honest with you, because they do kind of explain a bit at the beginning, but it's still kind of difficult to follow in my opinion, and unless you kind of have somebody there who knows it and who can kind of explain it and talk well afterwards or before it, then make sure you take somebody who knows it.
So what we're going to talk about now is our final thoughts of the film,
our summary of
what we think and our personal opinion of it, obviously without spoilers. So I'll let you start with this one.
Okay, this film sucked. I hated this film. There was I said to Tommy on our chat home, there were a few bits that I didn't mind, and that is the best way to summarise this film. There was so much that I didn't like, and every now and then there was a few bits I was like, alright, that's okay. You know, that sort of thing. So, the acting in this film, other than the main character who I thought was okay, was abysmal. Alice, and what's their friend's name? The one with the lover?
Claire Redfield.
Claire. Their team, that they get together. Is there some original characters in that new team, or is that all?
No, they've been the previous team for a few films.
They sucked. They were just awful. And I think the worst thing about this film was the dialogue. So coming into this new universe for me, I was expecting a horror, action-packed epic film that's just going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
This film was just annoying to watch. It had horrible dialogue, stuff that could have been written by Tommy and we're not professional film directors. Tommy even said we could have done a better job. I really did not love this film in any way, shape or form. There were a few bits in it, as I said, that were and that's as good as it gets for me.
So that's from someone who is just new into series. So from me, who's a big fan of Resident Evil, I play the games, I know the story, I know all the characters. For me, this was a massive disappointment. I've been waiting for this film for a few years now. This film was meant to come out, I've been
2014,
yeah,
right?
2014
It's
or
3 years.
15.
It was delayed.
Wait for ages for this film. I had massive hype for it. I was buzzing, and I was just so disappointed. The big thing for me was how they cut out so many of the main characters. So, for example, Chris Renfield.
Is that Wentworth Miller?
Wentworth Miller, yeah. So that's Claire's brother. They cut out Leon, who's massive in the video games. They cut out a few others that were in the final of the last film, and it just, I was so disappointed. It just, the emotion of the characters just wasn't there because they weren't there, and you was expecting them to be there.
That was something that I said as well. Yeah.
It was as well. It almost felt like it was meant to be 2 films, but they got a massive budget cut, so they had to cut it into 1. So it was all rushed, and I was just very disappointed. Whereas the previous ones, like you have the big boss battles, like for example in Afterlife, I remember with the guy with the massive battle axe. That was one epic scene. That's one of my favourite.
Anything like that?
No, you had like a boss battle, and you think, oh wow, we're going to get into this, but then it just everything was like all the camera work was like 20 shots per second, and it just kept cutting. You didn't really get into you didn't witness the fighting. You just heard it, and you just like can feel it there, but you don't see it. It was all just.
That's actually something that Tommy and I said massively was a big disappointment.
Yeah.
I was expecting this film to be action packed and to have at least some great bits of action. And to be honest with you, there were some good opportunities for some great action.
Yeah, definitely.
But they decided to film it in this very strange way, where it was probably 20 to 50 short shots of swinging arms, and then cut it to a different. And it was very, very disjointed. It was just so not flowy. It wasn't just nice at all.
It just wasn't like the previous ones where you really get shocked by the fighting. They really tried to make this one intense and really like horror-like, but I didn't really personally get jumped because I knew it was coming. I predicted every time when it was going to come.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. So, Chum meter.
What is our scores?
What's your score?
Chum score. For me, this film deserves nothing more than a 1.5. It wasn't enjoyable, especially for me, not knowing anything about this film franchise. I was expecting just kind of be able to fall into it and have a good time and enjoy watching this, but I just found myself continually rolling my eyes throughout this film. So 1.5 for me.
For me, obviously I was sort of disappointed in this film, being a massive fan of the games and the films. Got a lot of characters. The one thing I did like was how a lot of things tied together. They tied together a lot of the previous story.
Nice little joints.
Which did work.
Yeah.
But again, the characters, the way it was filmed, everything. So for me, I'm going to give it a 2.4.
Okay. Well guys, that has been our review of Resident Evil, the final chapter.
I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and we shall see you on the next one.